right here. Great entry if you missed the first one. Because what's probably happening, let me see if I can get a smart fib. I might not be able to because we don't technically have a swing low. That last candle is forming right now. You see it popped up. Yeah, we don't have it. So what I want to do is I'm going to simulate if it were to happen. So this shows that price is sitting at the 50% pullback level. And if you were trading short term, you would trade this to the daily level. I'm going to swing it. I'm already in this for a sale. And I am bearish on this pair until level before that, which was 13174, because that's the first significant level that has to be broken. Oh my gosh, y'all. I haven't seen y'all in forever. I have missed y'all. I have missed making content for you guys. But let me tell you, moving is a whole trip, okay? So I have Jimmy rigged some stuff together so that I could record, because my office area is still not set up yet. But I'm not going to let that stop me from recording for you guys. So I hope you guys have been well. Today, we're going to take a look at USD CAD. We're going to do a top-down analysis. And for those of you guys who are new to the channel, a top-down analysis basically is where we start from the higher time frame, work our way down to get an idea of what to do and how to execute on the lower time frame. So, like I said, if you're new, this is the approach that I use to tackle the market, which allows me to take advantage of buys, sales, whatever is going on. There's a way to make money in the market. So if you want to learn how to do this, make sure you stay tuned all the way through the end of the video. And then if you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel so that you can be kept in the loop of what's going on. Okay. So I started from the monthly time frame, and what I'm doing is going through each time frame and I'm finding my swing high and swing low. And if you don't know what that is, I highly encourage you to go to the no-cost mini course where I break this information down for you so that you can follow along and understand what I'm doing. But essentially, these are areas where price has a potential to reverse. And so we want to mark off and identify these areas on every time frame so that as we move through our analysis, we're able to quickly and easily determine those high probability areas of reversals. Okay. And so I'm going through the weekly right now, and I am marking these off. And I think I'm good. So I did the monthly already. I did the weekly just now. I'm going to go down to my lower time frame, which is the daily. And guess what we're going to do? The same thing that we did before. Okay. It kind of gets a little monotonous or mundane, I guess I should say. That's a better word. But it's really fun once you get the hang of it. I'm a little bit of a nerd. And so analysis and this type of stuff is exciting to me. I know that probably sounds pretty awful, or pitiful, I should say, but it does. So I like marking up charts. I really do. And what I want to do is just double check, make sure that I've hit all of the levels. So what I'm going to do is in this Smart Trader platform, identify, I missed one. Okay, and let me adjust this. You can double check to make sure what you've eyeballed is correct. I like to eyeball first as it's good practice. Just in case for some odd reason the system is not working, I still can check to make sure what's going on. So we've done the daily. I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. And we're going to do the same thing. Now, as a swing trader, like on this channel, I pretty much teach strategies that can be applied to any type of trader. But I'm a swing trader. So I work a regular job. I sit on a few boards. I have responsibilities outside of just making videos for you guys and teaching a community. And so I need to be able to, let me take these out because they're the wrong color. I need to be, y'all can tell I'm a little bit rusty. I need to be able to go in, sit down, analyze my setups, and keep things moving. And so being a swing trader, I go down to the 4 hour. The 4 hour typically is going to give me the moves that allow me to be free of the computer and not have to sit down every single day looking for potential setup. So what I like to do is at the week's end, so starting Friday and throughout the weekend, mark up as many pairs as I can. I've gotten to the point that I can mark up 26 now. And I look for the highest probability setups. And then I go ahead and I make note of those potential setups from which to move from. And typically I'm looking for ones that have high reward, low risk. And those are the ones that I look for. And then I set alerts so that when price is approaching a level that I'm interested in, then I go ahead and make it happen. So what I want to show you guys is I went back to the monthly because we've identified all the levels. And if you're looking at this right now, you're probably like, oh my God, what are all those lines on the screen? Just stay with me and stay calm. So what I'm looking at is my Fibonacci. So I'm a heavily based Fib trader. And so what I'm looking for is where we are in the Fib sequence to understand the direction of the market in order to inform my decision as far as how I'm going to execute. So I put my Fib based on the last high, and you see right here, this is like a double top, right? So we had price approach a monthly high at 14675 back in 2016, and then the same thing in 2020. And price has been playing in between that ever since. And so this was the last significant high. So I take my Fib, I put it on there. I see that I've got a play where we had a very shallow retracement. Price never finished out the Fib sequence. And how I know that is because this Fib is still lit up, right? It's still lit up red. So in order for the sequence to finish, price has to come back to this level and hit that D extension. But you see, we've got monthly support just before it. But on the monthly time frame, what I see is that we had that shallow retracement, price stalled out. It went back for a deeper retracement, and I see we almost hit the 618 level. But as you can see, we've stayed in this area for quite some time. And what I'm anticipating is that I would love to see price start to break down off of this level, this weekly resistance level, 1384. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to drill down even further. So bear with me if I can get this Fib off. And I'm going to go down to the weekly. Now, because I know that I'm looking for movement to the downside, I take my Fib, I place it above the most recent high, and this is the scenario that we've got right now. So we have an A high at 140, we have a B low at 132.15, let's call it, and the highest pullback that we have is, and I click on the candle to see the high, 138.982. And let's see, 138.711. So we had an 8.6 pullback. And so what I anticipate is a take profit at the 8.6 extension, which is going to be at 1308.94. I probably will make it 131, like some before that, just because every system is different and you got to account for the spreads with your broker. And so that's what's going on the weekly. So I know that I'm interested in sales, right? So I'm going to be looking for sales setups at this point. Let me delete that. And let me go down to the daily. What I want to see is, I'm going to go to the last low. Make sure that we finished out that sequence. But we rejected off this weekly level. So I'm looking for sell entries. Now, if you look here, each time, let's draw it across. Each time that prices come to this level, we've dropped off. Last time was in 23. We went a little bit above the level, but essentially it's the same zone. Price dropped like a rock, forming support at 13180. And before I say we need to get to 1.31, like price has to make it through this monthly resistance level above it, 13175. So it may even be a smart idea just to plan for take profit at this first monthly resistance level. That is a strong level, right? And so it is my thought that price has rejected off of this weekly level. I know the D extension is at 1308, but we have monthly resistance before then. And so I'm looking for sell opportunities now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my trend lines. And I use array because it's kind of foolproof. And when I say foolproof, I'm not, cutting through candles. I can draw pretty neatly. And I'm going to drill this down. Let me adjust this because it's a little bit messy. Okay. So I've got my daily trend line. I'm going to go down to the 4. You see how price is reacting off this level? Well, I can't wait for that next 4-hour candle to form so I can really see what's up. And so what I'm doing is I'm drawing from swing low to swing low. That's on the 4. And I'm going to go from the last touch, which looks like it's right here, to the next touch. I'm going to drill down to the 1 and draw my next. Now, if you are that confident in drawing trend lines, I think you need to understand the basics of it, right? And then you could take this tool that we have here, Smart Trend Line, and if you understand how trend lines should be drawn, you can draw based off of that, right? So that's not what I want. I think I got to go down one more time frame. So I'm going from the last touch. Let me adjust. And you'll notice that as you drill down, it may not, the trend line may not lay how you thought it was going to lay. Just simply adjust it. I'm going to go from the last touch. And I'm actually, now that I see how the system is drawing it, I am going to draw my... And you see how price is already playing against that trend line? You got a rejection off of this uptrend line. This was a good place for another entry if you missed it up here. So, let me see. I want to make sure I did that right. Yep. Okay. So when I said, where is it? Right here. Great entry if you missed the first one. Great entry. Because what's probably happening, let me see if I can get a smart fib. I might not be able to because we don't technically have a swing low. That last candle is forming right now. You see it popped up. Yeah, we don't have it. So what I want to do is I'm going to simulate if it were to happen. So this shows that price is sitting at the 50% pullback level. And if you were trading short term, you would trade this to the daily level. I'm going to swing it. I'm already in this for a sale. And I am bearish on this pair until that weekly de-extension level, which we identified as, I take that back, not the weekly level. Excuse me, not the fib on the weekly, but the level before that, which was 13174, because that's the first significant level that has to be broken. So what we've just walked through is the analysis of the USD CAD pair, identifying the key levels of support and resistance, identifying where we are in the fib sequence and the overall direction of the market. And then I just showed y'all how to get into the trade if you were looking for an entry. Okay. So if you like this and you're like, Casey, it makes sense. I'm busy. Like, I like your approach. I want to learn more. Like I said, make sure you go to that no-cost mini course so you can get step-by-step detailed, more in-depth breakdown of how I look at the market. And then consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know somebody who's trying to learn how to trade, you think they might benefit, go ahead, share the video with them too. I am so happy to be back. Like I said, I had to hook some stuff up in order to be able to record this video. So I'm hoping to have everything together and solid so that I can actually do talking head videos and I can see y'all again. So next time, I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, if you missed me, let me know in the comments. I missed y'all.